was watching this on Channel 4 last night. It was a really good watch actually. It was about Cali imports into the UK, and it was how some people had got caught up in it. It started off by showing you these two women. First lady was Nettie, second lady was Tracy. So what Nettie and Tracy had been allegedly doing was having packages sent to their house. They didn't catch Tracy. They first caught Nettie by one of her packages getting seized at customs. So then they've gone to her house, raided it. I don't think they found anything there, but they've interviewed her, saying, have you been having these packages come to your house? Do you know about it? This and that. And she's outright, I knew she was gunny by the look of her. She's outright just says, yeah, my mate fucking Tracy put me onto this guy. I get a package, I get £100. She gave him the full lowdown of what was happening. So then she's gone and got her mate Tracy raided. Old redhead Tracy. So Tracy, on the first run of interview, I was rooting for her like fuck. I was like, go on gal, Tracy's holding it down, Tracy's the lady. She gave them very little information and then hit them with she didn't know comment, but she just didn't say too much. So then they've come back probably a couple of weeks later and they've hit her with, right, you've told me this, you've told me that, and they've tripped her up on a couple of things. So then she's felt pressured. She's given a little bit more information. She said he's a skinhead black man and he's got two white cars, a Mercedes and a BMW. This is where she messed up, because right after that she says, I'm done with the questioning, I've had enough of this, and she shut down, she clammed up. But that little snippet of information that she gave, I was really impressed with what the police were able to do with it. They then took the cell site fucking satellite data, matched it up with the times of cars in that area, and then they watched his route where the cell phone was going. So obviously it's getting on the main road, so they can track what cameras it's passing. They then sat and watched every camera and counted every white car that come past. Lo and behold, the white BMW come cruising through. So they then do a little stakeout operation to go and have a look, see if they could find the car. It was at a flat. This bloke was registered living at his mum's house, but he had another flat where he lived off the grid. Sneaky, really clever. How they've caught him is tracking his car back to the house. They've then found, this is another fucking snippet that amazed me, they've found his mobile number, the one that he was doing the dealings with the old ladies with. So the fucking number that they found, they then matched up to another number somehow through fucking data. You know how they do it, they're like wizards. They've got his number pinned to a Deliveroo thingy, so they found his exact address. Then gone and raided him. I think they found him with like 38 grand, loads of gold, 2 kilos of Cali weed. The guy fucking had Mecca. It was like Aladdin's cave. Really fucking cool. So they fucked him. Basically, this lady, she was holding it down, doing really well, and then the last minute she gave a little too much information. She probably thought, they ain't gonna be able to do no with that. It could have went the other way if they didn't have such fucking determined, keen officers to get this fucking terrible ganja off our streets. You know, such a crime, such a terrible crime. Fucking Tracy, you didn't hold it down, man. You nearly did. I was rooting for you. You was a fucking killer at the start, yeah, but then you just slipped up, man. And the guy, in the end, he got 2 years. Tracy and Nettie both got suspended sentences. But yeah, look at the climate we're in now, where disabled ladies and people fucking like your nan, whatever, your auntie, are having to resort to having packages sent to their house. They don't do drugs. They've never been involved in it, but they just fucking need money. They need to get by nowadays, man. I've had some very lucky encounters in my time. I used to sell weed. I stopped selling weed so I could fucking brag about it on the internet. But one of my most lucky encounters goes as such. It was near Valentine's Day. I can remember this because my mate had given me some stuff and it was in a bag that he'd got for a present, you know, like the present came in one of them nice little glittery bags, whatever. And I'm just walking around the ways, around near Anthony House, on the Holt Road, you know, on the big fucking loop. I'm just strolling, they come driving past me. I must have given them a bit of a dodgy glance, but anyway, carry on. Next thing, they roll up alongside me like that. I'm like, oh, hi officers, have a little lean in, how you doing? And they ask me a couple of questions, I shoot a couple of answers back at them, everything's going good. Then they asked me something I was a bit stumped on, I can't remember what it was, just like, where are you going, what are you doing? I was like, I'm going down that, then I fucking just turned and bolted. So I was probably about 15 metres into the straight, so there's a bend there. Right on the corner, there's a teacher that used to live there. It's Mr. Aldrich, it was called. Someone cleverly coined him with the name Mr. Baldgit. Fucking genius. Kids, creative. Mr. Baldgit, fucking... I turn, run around, grab my reefer out of my jacket because it's just in there loose. I'll stuff it in this low hedge. It's got like a wall there up to your waist. Then it had a row of conifers. So I've grabbed my stuff, stuffed it in there, sprinted down the road. I've got to the church alleyway, first house past it. I've laid down on someone's flower bed. I've just fucking hid in the flower bed. Next fucking second, a guy's come walking around the corner with his baton out. It's like, don't fucking move. I've got you. It's like, you got me. I said, I ain't going nowhere. He's like, why'd you run? Why'd you run? So rather than making it dodgy and not having an excuse as to why I ran, I said, at the time there was an officer who was pursuing me and my friends quite closely. There's another story I'll tell you about that. Leon Carter. And I really do like Leon Carter, actually, because I think because I'm a nice, polite lad, same with all my mates, we'd always have a bit of a laugh with them. Wouldn't fucking brown nose them or nothing, but we'd treat them like people. And police, much like you and I, are subject to emotion. They have anger, they have fucking humility, they have, you know, if they're treated, they're able to be flattered. If they're treated like a person, that goes a long way. Bearing in mind they're the biggest gang ever, and there'd have been several times in my life if I'd have spoke out of turn and been rude and not give a name or just played that silly game, that they could have shafted me. But because I've always been cordial, polite, and just wanted to get them out of my fucking sight as fast as possibly, but being nice, it's always worked in my favour. I said, right, basically I've run away because you're bold, officer. You have no hair, you're a baldy. I ran away because I thought you were Leon Carter, and it says me and my mates have got a little fucking thing going in the minute where if we see a Leon, we leg it, you know, just to laugh. So they're like, well, you're a fucking div. And I'm like, yeah, you know how it is, like whatever. So anyways, they uncuff me, clear off. I go sit in the market square for 10-15. Talked to some lads that was a couple of years younger, I can't remember who it was. Talked to them for 15. Then I think, oh, I'm going to go retrieve my ganja out of the bush. I believe it were about 15 10 bags at the time, all split into nice little £10 satchels. Walking back up to the bush opposite Mr. Bolgett's house. There's my weed in this fucking shiny glittery bag on the floor in fucking plain day sight. So one officer has turned the car around and drove back down the road. The other officer has followed on foot. None of them have managed to see the fucking big bag of ganja on the floor. Do not know how. This is when I was fucking known. They knew what I did. It only takes a few people to grass you up out of jealousy. And plus I was a bit of a cunt back in the day. If I didn't like you, I'd fucking just play games or whatever. Or you get rude customers. Where are you? Where are you? Well, I won't be 10 bits, so fuck off. You want a 10 bit? I'll get there soon. But they're just aggy. You know, you just don't like dealing with some people. But them are the same people that if you're selling drugs, first thing they're going to do is grass you up because they have envy. They're sat there waiting for a 10 bit. You've got a fucking half kilo of weed. They're jealous. What do they want to do? They want to take what you've got away from you. Not personally, but like have someone else remove it from you. And that's all across the board, that is. Jealousy with money and stuff like that. So if you are selling drugs, the police will know about you. It's just whether they want to come and get you, how much you're earning, you know, all of that. But yeah, that was the luckiest encounter I ever had as a reefer man. And fucking that was Nettie and Tracy's story. And fucking, yeah. Watch what you're doing out there, people.